I was dreaming when I wrote this, so excuse me if it goes astray. Yeah. I was daydreaming on my flight from where was I at? I was daydreaming on my flight yesterday from Nashville, Tennessee to Midway Airport in Chicago, Illinois. And I was thinking about a certain type of options trade, and I was wondering if we could maybe do it live. Let's do it live. One of my key rules for my options trading is that if you do get stuck with a stock, you don't mind. So we like our dividend stocks best. Don't you agree? Yeah, I agree. Thanks, Terry. So let's go here, Seeking Alpha. Click on or hover over top stocks, go down to top rated dividend stocks. Let's find something to take a look at. Top dividend stocks, Marathon Petroleum, Valero Energy, Valero. I was actually in on that a couple months ago until my shares got called away. So I've actually done research on Valero before. I like it. I like it a lot. And those propeller heads, they got it rated at a 4.88 out of 5 as far as super buy. We don't always agree with the propeller heads, but if they agree with what we are thinking, then hey, we love them. So let's look at Valero. Valero, I know they pay a nice dividend. It's not huge, but it's all right. That's Valero Energy. What are they doing today? The market's down big today, as you know. But look at that. Pimps up, hose down. S&P down almost 2%. Dow down over 600 points. NASDAQ down over 2%. And Valero is up 2.16%. And they are undervalued according to Yahoo Finance. And here's my story with them earlier in the year. I was getting in on them at like 118, 120, 122. And then my shares were called away around 125. I could have just held them and made more money, but that's just not as much fun, is it, Bart? It's not. So let's see. They pay a over 3% dividend. That's nice, very nice. And it's fairly volatile. It's fairly volatile, as these energy stocks can be. What do they say over here with my friends at Alpha Spread? These guys are a lot smarter than I am. Valero. Whoa. Let's click on Valero, see what they say at Alpha Spread. What do they have? Holy. Holy moly. You serious over there? They're saying that Valero Energy is 46% undervalued, and they believe they have an intrinsic value of $242.04 a share. Hey, I want in on that, Terry. What about Zach Morrison's Screech? These guys barely like anything. They seem to have like a hold rating on everything, but let's take a look anyways. It is a good. Whoa, hello there, mate. That's a 1. That means strong buy. They have A for value, B for growth, and A for momentum. This is getting exciting. That's getting exciting. When do they pay their next dividend, though? Let's check it out. When is that next dividend? So let's see. Click on dividends. They had, oh boy, look at that. So we just missed their ex-dividend date. That's okay. That's all right, mama. That's all right with me. So I have an idea. This is the trade I'm thinking of. Let me first go here, though. Let's see what my robot Tammy has to say about what Valero Energy does. Tell me about the company Valero Energy. Hey, Tammy, what do you think about Valero Energy? Valero Energy Corporation is a Fortune 500 energy and petroleum refinery company based in San Antonio, Texas. It is the world's largest independent petroleum refiner. Hey, that's pretty cool. With operations in the United States, Canada, the UK, Ireland, and the Caribbean. Caribbean Queen. Valero is a major employer in the United States with over 10,000 employees. We like that. Everything is pointing to a sweet yes, but we still don't know. We just don't know yet what these options are going to look like. Let's take a look at Valero, because because here's the trade I have in mind. It's like a trade out into the future. Like if we bought 100 shares now and then sold a call like 4, 5, 6 months from now, I think we can collect a nice premium, hold it through. When's the next dividend? Let's go to dividend history, see what we'd be looking at. So they're going to pay their dividend in March. So we get ex-dividend of February 13th, pay date of 3/16. And then according to last year's numbers and the fact that they're quarterly, we should be looking at a May ex-dividend date with a payout in June. So if we go past, if we're like at the middle of June or later on this trade, we can collect the dividend, collect the premium, and then maybe even collect a little appreciation of the stock. So we're at 132.36 right now, which today represents an increase of $2.74. Not the greatest day to buy it, but according to this fantasy trade I have in mind that I wanted to do it live. Let's do it live right now. Let's order up 100 shares. It's going to cost you $13,241 according to my abacus. So let's I'm just holding on to see if I can catch a couple more dollar break on that, but you never know. So if we review that order and we buy it, so we've got 100 shares. And the reason we're buying 100 shares, of course, is that represents one contract with regard to an options trade. We paid $132.43 per share for a total of $13,242.69. Our plan is to hold it through the next dividend, and also at this very moment, we're hoping to trade an option. Let's sell a call. We got to look past that when we believe that next dividend will be. Okay, so right here, June 16th, we should be able to collect our dividend, right? Collect our premium on this trade, and then maybe even some share appreciation. It's 115 days out. And if we look at this 135 strike, we can collect over $1,000. What? Terry! Now, the chance of profit's only 68% because Valero could go to the moon and back. Implied volatility, 37%. Delta's 53%, which means it's a very high probability that is going to finish at or above $135. But if we get out the abacus, and we look at the difference between 135 minus, what did we pay? 132.40, something like that. You just did it. So the difference would be $260 because, of course, it's 100 shares. So if this was called away, if Valero was called away at $135 after we just paid $132 and change, we'd make roughly $260 in share appreciation plus the 1,060. So if you do 260 plus 1,060, you got $1,320 in our pocket based on that investment, right? So if we divide it by our investment today, divided by 132.40, and if that's not the number, just leave a comment and say, I still love you anyway, Bart. Then we're looking at 9.9% return. And what is that? 5 months. And 5 months. So how many times could you do that a year? Carry the one. So you could do 2 of those types of trades a year on this particular asset, make 20% and collect dividends. Now you know I was fantasizing about this trade, because that's a nice little return. So let's sell a call right here, right now, expiring June 16th. That's 115 days out. Let's do it at a 135 strike. See if we can't collect over $1,000 bills. Whew, I'm actually nervous. I'm nervous. Got a covered call, one contract, And it is filled. In fact, it's filled at a higher number than we anticipated. We just collected $1,071. Okay. And then if it does indeed blow through this strike price at 135 or above, we'll collect the difference between what we just paid for it and that number, which will be over $200. And in the meantime, we'll also collect this dividend. Let's go back up here to the dividend scorecard. What do they pay per share? So they pay $1.02 a share. Okay, so we'll collect that sometime in probably early June. So we'll still own the shares, and so we'll collect $102 plus what we just collected, 1,071, plus the potential for share appreciation between the 132.40 that we paid and the $135 strike price that we just sold. So that's why I was fantasizing about that trade. And we just did it live here. We did it live. Thanks for joining me. You are indeed my new best friend in stocks, options, and dividends. Let's collect them all. Let's watch them go to the moon. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Like as many videos as you possibly can. Leave me comments. I'll respond to all of them. And then also, if you could, share it with a lovable friend and listen to my new podcast, The Wealth Snowball, The Snarball, The Wealth Snowball, wherever podcasts can be found. And I will see you in the next video.